right. Second video. Today we're going to talk about how even the 1% gets fucked. Okay? So let's do a little story time, okay? Assume you are top of your class and you went to Harvard and you graduated with a doctorate degree and in the best industry. Let's say you now work for Google and now you make $500,000 per year, okay? So, let's use that as an example. And you want to buy a house, right? So in order to get $500,000 salary, number one, you have to be, live in San Francisco, right? And as you all know, San Francisco housing price, it's about starting points like over $1 million. Decent ones, $3 million. Because you are a Harvard graduate, all your, right, you should be the 1%. Therefore, you're going to get a little bit better house and you're going to go for about even $5 million house in San Francisco. It's average. It's nothing fancy, nothing luxury. It just, it's all right, right? And I'm not even looking at the San Francisco. Let's just look at, somewhere close. And let's assume that you make $500,000 and you're going to pay 50% in taxes. Okay. And you have to eat, you have to, right? And you just have to buy a house in modern day of, I don't know, even if you make that much money, if you are like a new graduate, you probably need a couple of years to get a saving, right? For down payment. And then you had to pay at least 10% in down payment. And then you had to pay, let's assume you have 800 credit score. Right now, the interest rate is ridiculous. It's like 6%. Let's assume it's low 6%. Okay. And let's say you're just going to buy an average house. Okay. And there it is. $5 million, right? And then you have to pay HOA fees, whatnot. But let's just talk about property tax. Okay. Let's assume. Okay. Let's assume that you make $250,000 per year. You don't eat. You don't do anything. You just save that money outright, and you have down payment, you pay, and you got everything set. Okay. Let's just talk about property tax alone. Okay, which is the money that you pay to the government for just the tax that you don't get any benefit or just paying. And we all know how government is efficient with the tax money. So all the money that goes in there, it probably becomes tax break for big corporation. So it's definitely going somewhere meaningful. But let's take a look at this house. Okay, let's say you own it now. You bought it. Okay. So this house built in 1996. Okay. Amazing looking house. Okay. Even though it's built in 1996, it means that whatever inside the wall, probably there's, I don't know, in California, there's ants that eats wood, right? Our houses are built in California, and possibly it's next to a beach or area, right? So the corrosion, you never know what's inside the wall, right? The piping, the wiring, right? What's inside? It looks nice on the outside. It's painted, but it's still in 1996, right? Let's see how much they bought it for. Okay. Well, so looking at the statistics, so they bought it for $400,000 back then. They probably did a lot of innovation. Plus, the housing price have gone up, so now it's $5 million. Okay. So the standard property tax rate for in California at least is about like 1%, 1.2. It's about like 1.2, 1.4%. If it is a new house, it's a 2%, because as a new house, you have to pay more property tax to pay for the school and stuff, right? So the property tax is higher for the first 50 years. Yeah, 50 years for 1% extra for the first 50 years. Basically, it means that you have to pay 50% of the house in 50 years. Yeah. But this video is specifically going to talk about property tax, okay? How fucked up the system is, okay? So, this is a Zello, so it's all public record, public tax history, right? So, in 2000, they were paying $11,000 for the property tax. About, if you do the math, it's about 1.4-ish%, right? 1.2, 1.4%, right? It's about $11,000, and it's based on the house evaluation of less than $1 million. And for 2023, the tax assessment of the government thinks this property is worth $1.5 million, even though it's on the market for how much? 5.5, right? Let's assume they're gonna sell for $5 million. Okay, let's assume they got $500,000 in discount. Okay, that's still about 2.5% to 250% more than the money that the government charges the current owner as. Okay, so as you can tell right now, okay, if somebody bought this house right now, it means that this value gets instantly pushed to $5.5 million. And instantly, instead of paying $16,000 in property tax, government will immediately refresh this number to be, you will be paying over $60,000 per year on property tax. Whoever bought it. If you bought it, it's right, then congratulations, you're not paying the $16,000. Okay, you will be paying $60,000 just for property tax. Do you understand how much money that is in property tax? You may ask, because, think about how the system works. So the government saying, the actual property value is about $5 million, but the government, why does the government think it's only worth 1.5? Okay, and this is after the renovation, which government approved for and comes and then override the assessed tax value. It's still much lower than 5.5. But whoever that's living here right now, or if they're not selling it, they have such a low tax rate. But the new buyer, the new generation of I'm talking about let's say the 32 years old Harvard graduate who's the 1% of our generation, they get fucked. That's the summary of it. If they were to buy this house, they will get fucked by the property value. Just the tax alone, $60,000. And $60,000 is more than, how much is that? That's more than 25% of their income, of their take-home income. Just on tax alone. They're considered the most successful person of our generation, who makes $500,000 in salary, and they have to pay this much in property tax. Think about it. So, and this money is considered disposable income, right? Assuming they pay $1,000 in rent right now, okay? But how does that compare to this property tax? Just a tax alone, and that's 1.4%. Okay, what the government currently is encouraging is the word landlocked. Okay, it means that people who are already living here, they get rewarded. Think about it. This person who bought their house for $400,000, right, is living in a $5 million mansion and only paying 1/3 of the property tax value they're supposed to be paying. To them, it's pretty worth it. Think about it. It's pretty worth it, right? It's pretty worth it. Consider it's only $16,000. Even if they work at McDonald's for $80,000, take home $60,000, this is equivalent to 25%, and they're just working at any regular the part. So let's think about it. Number one, in order to get high income, you have to live in a high expensive neighborhood, right? That's number one. Okay, and you have to pay high rent or pay this price to stay in the area, or you drive a few hours to go there, which will kill you in a few years. Congratulations. Okay, in health or car accident, the probability of dying is pretty high, right? And even if you can afford it, you get fucked. Okay, yeah, this is how the system is. I'm not, and this video, we only talk about one tax. And this is one of the tax that you're mandatory to pay. And guess what? If you don't pay, the government will sell your fucking house. Yeah, that's right. Even if you own $1 from this property tax, they will auction your fucking house for you. Fucking cheap as fuck. They can sell for $1 million, make you lose $4 million. Okay, and there are cases like that. So think about it. And landlocked, okay? It means the government wants you. The way that the government think is an unfair system. Realistically speaking, this value should be at least not 300%, not 250% off. It should be like off by 10, 20%, even 30%. How about this? Let's do 40% off, but definitely not 250% off. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Everybody who look at this number will laugh at it. Or just laugh at it. It's so unfair. Why is it that the government have a system where they prefer you, the person who live in your house, to stay there forever? And this is a huge penalty. Think about it. This is every year. $6,000, $60,000. You know what the difference is? The difference is about over $43,000 in 10 years. Just in 10 years, that's $500,000, and you have to adjust every year for inflation somewhat, and that's gonna be even higher. This is one of the least talk about ways that the government fucks you. Fuck the newer generation. And it highly encourages people who live in one area to stay in the area, to encourage people who pass down from parent to their kids. Basically inherency. And we'll talk about the inherent, like when you inherit money. It's not even yours. The government. Take a look. I will talk about it in one of the videos in later. Talk about how fucked up the inherency system is. It's only good for people who are educated. They fuck people who are less educated. Okay, that's another topic to talk about. There's so many topics that our country fucks us with. And what's the point of the video, right? This video just to make you think about the little things the government can fuck you with, that the government uses to benefit a certain group versus another group, right? Think about it. Why is the system like this? Shouldn't the system be fair? Isn't that one of the ideology that we always talk about in America? Is to work hard and be successful. But based on this thing, it's not about working hard anymore. Because even if you make $500,000, you got fucked anyways. So basically 25% of your disposable income just got fucked by one little thing. One little thing. For no benefit, pretty much no benefit to you. And for those people who live in California, we all know how much money the government spends on the road. Okay, if you live in LA, you will know that the government takes a year just to fix the hole that's created after a storm. Those holes on the highway that's super dangerous, that can pop your tire and cause death. That's right. The government doesn't care. They don't take time. Sometimes I want to go to the highway and fix it myself. I just put in some super glue, whatever. Just fill up to the even. Just make it even. I'll just go to 99-cent market and buy, I don't know, 100 super glue and put it in there. That's better than being dangerous on the road. We all know the tax money goes to nowhere. It doesn't go to fixing the road. It doesn't go to improving the. What does it go towards? I don't even know. Nobody knows. Not even president knows, I think. But this is just ridiculous. How is the system fair? It's not fair. Okay, how is this fair? I don't know. And this is just a random example I found on Zillow. I'm not even picking. I'm sure there's hundreds more. Okay, you know what? Let's just find a random house. Let's just search Santa Monica. Okay. I don't know why it gives me this. Maybe because I'm recording a video and they don't like the content I'm talking about. Okay. Oh, nice. I'm not even... Okay, whatever. But, yeah, this video just concludes how... And guess what? There's a lot more videos coming. Keep tuned. Okay? There'll be hundreds of things that's gonna fuck you. Okay? Be ready for it.